So yesterday I had a bit of a rough day. Started with barely getting any sleep because I had a sore throat. Don't worry, not COVID, not strep. And it's better today, so there's at least that. But had that sore throat, I didn't sleep well, and it set the tone for the whole day. Just kind of, put me in a bad mood. Everything my family did just sort of grated me a little bit. And as I drove to a doctor's appointment for the kids, we were stopped not by one, but by two garbage trucks. So that, I was not happy. And the whole day was almost painted by this shade of gray. Nothing I could do could change it. Compare that to other days. Wake up feeling energized, ready to seize the day. The sun is shining. Everything feels great. If only I could have just changed my tone yesterday. If only I could have just stopped and said, wait, okay, nope, everything's all right, and fixed. But that's not what happened. That's not how the world usually works. And that's something that our Torah portion teaches, or at least alludes to. We're in Parshat Re'eh. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's got a series of laws on basically everything, from sacrifice to false prophets to kashrut to holidays. But it begins with a choice. Re'eh, anochi noten lifnechem hayom bracha uklala. See, this day I set before you blessing and curse. And it goes on to say, if you follow God's ways, you'll get blessings. And if you don't follow God's ways, well, of course, you'll be cursed. Do mitzvot, follow the laws, follow Torah. Good things happen. Break the rules, bad things happen. If only it were actually this easy, right? Follow the mitzvot and you have a great life. Don't follow bad life. But we know that's not the case. How many people break the laws and they do pretty well, and the people who follow everything and have a bad lot in life. Rabbi Louis Reiser, Zichrono Livracha, he was a rabbi in New Hampshire, taught that the world doesn't tell us what's a blessing and what's a curse. We, he says, have to figure it out for ourselves. As he says, if only every option were tagged blue for blessing, red for curse. At any moment, you could simply choose that tag that fit your mood. But it is never that easy, he says. It depends where you choose to look and what you choose to see. Navigating the world is hard. We never really know if our choices will lead to blessing or will lead to curse. Okay, sometimes we can tell. Cheat on your taxes or spread gossip or harm someone through word or deed probably will lead to curse. And on the flip side, healthy eating, regular sleep, spending time with those we love, these bring blessings. But most of the world is a little bit more gray. Do we parent with a firmer hand or a gentler embrace? What commitments take priority at any one specific moment? How do we balance work or whatever we're doing in retirement with personal relationships? We can never quite tell which will lead to blessing and which will lead to curse. And so in this world where we don't actually know what leads to what leads to blessing, what leads to curse, what is the Torah trying to teach us? That it's about perspective. Rabbi Reiser continues, in truth, we do not have two separate realities before our eyes, one side blessing and the other curse. Rather, at every moment we are challenged to extract the blessing from what we see before us while we avoid the curse. In other words, we don't always know what the consequences of our actions will be. We cannot always control them, but we can control how we respond to them. Do we see the world through a lens of blessing or through a lens of curse? Now, it's not an instant switch. There are some days where our day is tainted. We wake up with a sore throat and get stuck behind two garbage trucks, and sometimes we can't change it. But through practice, through determination, through effort, more and more often, perhaps we can see the world as one of blessing. And then we can act on it. We can act on it through expressions of gratitude, through the giving of tzedakah, through positive encounters of love and relationships. I will say that today, for me at least, is a lot better than yesterday, in part because I see it better. So may we each make the best decisions we can, ones that lead to blessings, But when we're unsure of the outcome, may we still see our world as full of blessings. And may we do our part to create those blessings through acts of love and kindness. Amen. Take a moment to reflect on these words.